All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strength and Balance. Apparently, I'm having some internet issues, so I apologize if I get kicked off, and this might be a little bit of a shorter class today, but we'll do our best, and that's what happens when we are virtual. So we are going to use weights today if you have weights. If you don't, you can always use a can or something with a little bit of substance. If not, you can go through the motions and really focus on isolating the muscles and having that mind muscle connection. Without further ado, let's rock and roll. I'm going to turn the music on and we should be good to go. We will start up on our feet, warming up, and shoulder roll. So left and right. Big arm circles. Let's do one more each side and then get right into your swimmer. So a soft bend in the knee, one arm comes forward, one arm comes back. One more each side. Give yourself a hug. So from here, we are going to open up those arms. Then bring the arms back. So we open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Make sure the shoulders are down. Then give yourself a hug. One arm comes on top. Then open up. And the opposite side comes on top. Alternate between the two. One more on each side on top. And then let's reach those arms overhead. We are shifting our weight as we bring an arm overhead. Here we want to get the heart rate up just a little bit, so focus on a little bit more of that speed, but make sure we still have that range of motion. We don't want to shorten our reach. Really reach as far as you can. One more each side, and then we will reach across, twist and pivot. Move through the hips. We want to pivot on that back foot. One more each side, then we'll go all the way around. So 2 overhead and 2 across. Overhead and across. One more time all the way around. Then a little hinge forward as we go into your butt kicks. Alternate legs, bring the heel towards your butt. From here, drive the elbows back. One more each side. And now let's bring the knees forward. So hands come overhead, bring the hands down as the knee comes up, down and up. Keep your core tight. Focus on balance here on that stationary leg. One more each side. Then we'll stabilize on one foot and get right into your heel and toe. So heel comes forward, toes back. Heel forward, toes back. And other side. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. And right up on those toes, so we're going to get into your calf raises. So up and down, up and down. We're going for 10. When you finish your 10, you can grab your weights. I'm just going to adjust something here on my screen. Grab your weights and your chair. Weights and chairs. So we are going to start off with 10 sit-to stands. 10 sit-to stands. So we are going to sit at the edge of your chair. Chest is up, brace the core, shoulders down, stand up, squeeze the abdomen, and sit back down. We are going for 10. That was 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, that's 10. Now we are going to grab our weights and we are going to go right into your hammer curls for 10. Again, if you don't have weights, you can just isolate the movement and squeeze the bicep. So grab the weights. Let's start at the beginning. So we want our feet about a hip width distance apart. Soft bend in the knee, shoulders down and back, abdomen is tight, and we are going to curl the weights all the way up, slow and controlled, and then slowly back down. That's 1. We have 9 more. 2, elbows stay back, squeeze the bicep. This is 3. And 4, 5, squeeze 6, nice and slow. Make sure you control on the way up and control on the way back down. That's 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. We are going to keep those weights in hand, bring those weights right up, and we are going to go into your shoulder press for 10. Now, before we get into that shoulder press, it's important that we don't look up, because if we look up, then we lean back and all that pressure goes into our low back. We're going to press straight up and down, keeping your core nice and tight. The key is, if you have issues with the back, or if you need to, you can always alternate the weight. But today we are going to try both arms overhead. If that is not appropriate for you today, I do want you to alternate. It's much more gentle, okay? So we are going to press straight up and down for 10. Make sure you brace the core, eyes are forward. Up and down, that's 1. 2, elbows stay in. 3, shoulders stay down, even though we're pressing overhead. 4, I think. That's what happens when I'm talking. 5, halfway home. 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10. You can release on down. Shake out the arms. We're going to go back to those sit-to stands for 10, please. So a strong core. If you choose to use your weights, you're more than welcome to hold weights here. but I want that form to be perfect if you are choosing to add weight. So let's sit at the edge of the chair. Abdomen is tight. Make sure we are not rounding. Shoulder blades are tucked down towards your back pockets. Core is braced. Stand up and sit back down. Just tap. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. That's 10. We're going to stand on up, and one last time we are going to grab your weights, and this time we are going to put your curl and your press together. So really focus on taking your time. We are going to do 10 total. I will demonstrate. If this does not work for you for some reason, you can always do the curls and then the alternating shoulder presses, whatever you need to do. Listen to your body, do however many repetitions that's appropriate for you for today. We will try to put them together for 10. Shoulders down, abdomen is tight. You are pressing through both heels evenly, a soft bend in the knee. Let's curl up, then press up, eyes forward. Slowly back down, then curl back down. That's 1. We have 9 more to go. That's 2. Focus on that control. You do not want to go too fast. That's 3, because the muscles will not be working the way that you need them to be working. We need to work on strength. That's 4. 5. 6. Slow it down. 7. 8. 9. This is your last one. That is 10. You can release. Now we are going to get right into 10 good morning. So that's that hip hinge where you push your butt back with that nice flat back. We are going for 10. I like to keep my arms up because that way we do not round. The chest stays open. Abdomen is tight. Hips away. Soft bend in the knee, but keep a relatively straight leg. As you push your butt back, we are coming down. And then hips forward, that's 1. We really want to make the power come through the hips. 2, squeeze the abdomen. 3, wake up the hamstrings. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we are going to get into your bent over row. So that bent over row is working your back. Let's start off by driving the elbows down your sides, squeezing the shoulder blades together and releasing. Now notice my shoulders aren't coming up. I'm not shrugging. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together and releasing. So when we're doing this, we're really trying to focus on that squeeze of the shoulder blades. Now today, we are going to do both arms together. So what we're going to do is we are going to go right into that hip hinge like we are at the bottom of that good morning. So hips away, back is flat. You can have the weights in your hands. Now make sure the weights aren't forward. We want to keep them down towards the floor. Shoulders down. Then drive the elbows back and squeeze. And whoops, release on down. That's 1. 2, shoulders down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. I'm gonna have you stand up and relax that back a little bit because we are going to be in that position again with your back. So make sure when we are in that hinge position, you keep your core nice and tight because I don't want you to feel pain in that low back. So now we are going to add our kickbacks. So we are going to be in that hinge position. Then we are going to drive the elbows back like the row, but instead of rowing, from here we're just going to extend and release, extend and release. So we want to feel it in the tricep. Okay, so again, 10 triceps. Hinge first, then drive the elbows back. Stay here, and the only thing that's moving is from the elbow to the wrist as we extend back and release. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can release. Place the weights down for a second. We are going to do that again, starting with your hinge. So we are going to get into that good morning. Then we're going to row and kick back, put them together. So let's do that good morning 10 times. Arms are up, hips away, abdomen is tight. Focus on really keeping that core tight. Brace it in the front and the back. Hips away, push the butt back as you come down, flat back, and use your hips to come on up. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. That's 10. Now we will put your row and kick back together. So grab your weights. We want to be in that hinge position. So soft bend in the knee, push your butt back, abdomen is tight. From here we are going to row, then kick back, in and down. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Focus on that nice flat back. That's 10. Stand up. We can put the chair away. Grab a sip of water, and we will make our way down to the floor, but keep your weights nearby. So we are going to make our way down to the floor, starting off in a bridge position. So take your time, make sure your heart rate is down before you come down to the floor. But when we are down on the floor, you can come on your back, knees are bent, and sink right down into the floor. So knees are bent, abdomen is tight, pelvic tilt. So you want to press that low back down to the floor, pubic bone comes up towards the heart, feet are flat, squeeze the midsection, lift your hips up, pause at the top, squeeze, and then slowly release back down. That's 1. We are going to do 10 bridges, please. So let's keep on going up, squeeze, and down. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. So now we are going to grab our weights for your neutral grip chest press. Elbows are in, palms facing each other. Brace your core. We want to make sure that the wrist is in line with shoulder. I see a lot of times people rest the weights down, but we want to make sure that the wrist is in line with, the wrist is in line with the elbow. Abdomen is tight, elbows are tucked in, and then we are pressing straight up towards the ceiling and back down, elbows slide down your side. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release the weights down. Next, we are going to get into your pec fly. So I'm just going to demonstrate and describe it first. So your weights will be in hands, elbows tucked in, press straight up, just like we did with that neutral grip chest press. I want you to have a little soft bend in the knee and make sure the shoulders are down. Then we're going to bring the arms out to the side with your weight. Now, if it hurts your shoulder, don't go down too far close to the floor. You can keep it up a little bit higher. We don't want to keep the hands overhead. We want to make sure that the hands stay lower than the chest, and as we come up and back down. So start in that up position, shoulders down, then open up the arms and exhale as we come up, brace the core. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release those weights down. We will go back to your bridges. So relax the arms, pelvic tilt, 10 more bridges. Lift your hips up, squeeze the butt at the top, and slowly lower down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. that's 10. Now our last set with these weights, we are going to go into your chest press, into that pec fly, in and down. So we're going for 10, putting them together, elbows in, abdomen is nice and tight. Press the weights over your chest, then open and close. Elbows slide down your side as you come back down. That's 1. 2, keep your core tight and go slow. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. This is your last one. And 10. You can release those weights. Pull both knees in towards your chest. Hug the knees in. Rock side to side. Relax here for a second. When you are ready, let's return the feet down to the floor. Bring your arms out at shoulder height. Drop the knees to the right. Head goes to the left. And then slowly bring the knees over to the left. Head to the right. Take your time here, but make sure it's still a fluid motion. We don't want to pause. Let's come back to center. Pull the right knee in towards your chest. Hug the knee in and extend the left leg long. Pause for a second, but then we will switch. And switch. And switch. Focus on keeping your core nice and tight. Belly button to spine. Low back to floor. And you can release, return your feet back down to the mat. From here, we are going to get right into your dying bug. So arms will be up, long, palms face each other, shoulders down. You can either move the arms, alternate, or keep the arms here and just move the legs. So arms are up, shoulders down. When you're ready, let's bring the feet up as well. Knees are bent at 90 degrees. Flex the feet, and we will alternate tapping a heel down to the floor. Make sure you are moving from the hip and not the knee. So opposite arm with the opposite leg if you are going to move the arms. And let's begin. We're going for 10 per side. Down and up, down and up. That's 1. We want to focus on going really slow, of course, to make sure that we feel this in the abdomen. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. That is 10. You can release and pull both knees into your chest. Hug the knees in and rock side to side. We are going to get right into your clamshells when you are ready. So let's roll over to your left side. Knees are stacked. Abdomen is tight, hips are square. From here, we are going to lift that right knee up. Make sure that the hips are square. We don't want to roll back. We just want to come up as high as we can with the hips square, which will be a shortened range of motion than if we were to lean back. And then slowly come back down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. That's 10. Before we roll over to the right and do the same thing on the right, I'd like you to extend both legs long. Again, the hips are square. We don't want to lean back. We want to be right on that left hip bone. Both legs are long. Flex your feet. Make sure the knees are straight. We do want a soft bend in the knee, but keep a relatively straight leg. From here, bring your right leg, so the top leg back behind the left. Foot is flexed. Press up with the heel as we lift up and down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. We're going for 10. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release, and now we'll do the same thing on the right side. So roll on over onto the right. We'll start off with your clamshells first. So knees will be bent. Knees bent, hips square, abdomen is tight. 10 clamshells now on the right. So let's lift that left knee up. Bring it back down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Now extend both legs long, flex the feet, bring your top legs, should be the left, back a little bit farther. Heel is up, toes are down, but pull the toes towards your shin, so we're flexing, pressing out through the heel as we lift up and down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. That's 10. Roll forward and you can push your hips over heels right into that child's pose. So when you are in child's pose, your butt is on the heels. Make sure your chest is up as we reach the arms forward. So we don't want to round and tuck the head down. We want to keep the back flat, lift the chest as the butt is down on the heels. Inch your fingers as far forward as you can. Your ears should be between the biceps. Then from here, walk your hands over to the left and hold. Then walk your hands over to the right and hold. Your head should be between the arms. Back to center and hold. Come up into that tabletop position, hands and knees, tuck the toes. We'll get right into your cat-cow. So tuck your chin, tuck the tail, arch the back. Pull the belly button up towards your spine here. Then lift the chin, lift the tailbone, and sway. Pause. We want to go slow and controlled. Focus on exaggerating each movement. And again, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And lift. One more time through. Come down flat on your stomach. On your stomach, extend both arms long, reach in opposite directions. Then pull the elbows back next to your chest, keeping the hips down, chest comes up, shoulders down. We want to stretch out the chest, feel this in the low back. And you can release on down. Head can rest down on that right hand and reach for your left ankle. Pull the left heel back towards your butt. If you need to roll to the right side to grab that ankle, you can. But like I always say, try to roll forward so the knee doesn't come forward. We want to keep the knee in line with your body. And when you're on your stomach, you can't cheat. And release, same thing on the opposite side. And you can release. Roll over to your back. So take your time, flip over to your back. Arms can come out at shoulder height. Drop the knees to the right and head goes to the left. This time we are going to hold. I'd like you to take a couple deep breaths in through the nose And exhale through the mouth to really settle into this position. And let's bring the knees over to the left and head goes to the right. And hold. Bring both knees back to center. Cross your right ankle over left knee. Let the right knee fall open to the right. Hips stay square. And when you are ready, reach behind that left knee and pull the left knee in towards your chest. Release. Uncross, same thing on the opposite side. So take your left ankle, place it on top of right knee. Let the left knee fall open to the left and then reach behind your right knee and pull that right knee in. And release. Extend both legs long. Then pull your right knee in towards your chest. And extend that leg long, but bring the bottom of that right foot up towards the ceiling for your hamstring stretch. Let's release, and same thing on the opposite side. Extend that leg long, pull the left knee in towards your chest, and then extend that left foot up towards the ceiling, hamstring stretch on the left. Release. You can take your time. We are going to make our way up to standing. So take your time, come up to your feet. Make sure you are standing. Make sure you aren't dizzy. When you stand up, make sure you are not going to trip on your weights because my weights are still on the floor. Make sure you are stationary when you are up, solid on both feet, and when you are ready, we can roll the shoulders back. Big shoulder circles. Then bring your arms out at shoulder height, palms up towards the ceiling. Look up, push the thumbs back, open your chest. Bring your left arm across the body, pull it in with your right. Same thing on the opposite side. And release. Bring one arm overhead, bend at the elbow, tricep. So we want to pull that tricep back. We should feel that down the back of the arm. Other side. And release. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Good job today. Sorry about the shortened class, but at least we got through, I think, without any internet issues. So